Live. You're live. Okay. That's okay. It's okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome. We're just doing just last minute prep. So I'm just going to put us on mute for a second. Just get all of your herbs and your mise en place ready, and we'll be ready in a few minutes. Hi guys, for those that have tuned in, we're just finishing up final setup. Just make sure that you have your mise en place ready so that you have your chopped herbs. I know most people have their recipe, but if you don't have your recipe, you can just go along. We're making our a very special Persian recipe that's always celebrated this time in New Year. Can I just get a thumbs up and make sure that the sound is okay? I'm pretty sure it should be okay, but just let me know if there's any problems with sound. And we will be ready to go in a few minutes. Welcome, Lucian. So we've also got Instagram Live. I didn't think of doing Instagram Live, but we're on live on YouTube too. So thanks and welcome for joining. We'll get started in about 2 minutes into our preparation. Hi, District, for cooking. And if for any reason you don't have the recipe, I know to the YouTube guys, you can't hear. I don't want to know that. Cool. Okay. Excellent. Thanks, guys. You can hear. Okay, cool. Thanks. And just relax and welcome. So we're cooking in London, and I'm very lucky. We'll go into the introduction in a moment, but I'm so lucky to have Bahar with us. Lucky for us, sad for her, because this new year is pretty important, pretty special, and she would always go home to Iran. But for everybody else, welcome. I'll introduce myself at least. My name's Natalie Smyth, and you've come through to Journey Through Connection. And I'm a wellbeing practitioner, specifically passionate about naturopathy. So that really immerses everything to do with mental health, culture, creativity, movement, and how we can be the best versions of ourselves, and integrating cultural pursuits. And that kind of integration of collaboration for all of us is so important. So we will make sure as well, I know everyone's already prepared with chopping up their herbs. Make sure the oven is on as well. I mean, I'm sure you followed all of your instructions too. Maybe serve yourself a glass of wine. Today, I am treating myself to natural wine. And natural, actually, it's a Georgian wine. And typically, I know in Iranian culture, nowadays they don't drink. But traditionally, in Rumi culture, which is about 15 100 BC. You'll have to quote me on this, but certainly drinking was a part of the celebration. And Nowruz, what we're celebrating, is the 1400 Nowruz this year, and it's a spring equinox. So every new year, if it's a biblical celebration, they obviously celebrate on the biblical calendar around Christmas time, but a lot of the we were trying to get this word right before, weren't we? The Zoroastrian cultures, so not Hebrew, but the Assyrian, certain Indian cultures and Iranian cultures will celebrate New Year along on the celestial plane, which is spring equinox, which is actually tomorrow. And that means is that light and dark is at equilibrium. So that's truly when we start the new day. So, you know, I know that we start based on our kind of commercialized calendar. New Year's Day is the 1st of January, but maybe check in and tune into yourself as honoring spring as your new day. And I know in Australia and obviously the Southern Hemisphere, it's very different. They're going into the autumn equinox. But for us, it's really a new day. It's a new life. It's a new celebration. And we'll actually talk about that soon, because there's a way to set your table as well. You ready? Yeah. Ready? Yeah. So there's a way to set your table based on the 7 elements, which people that we emailed with the recipe, they got. But if you just want to send me a message, and I can send you all of the details as well. Yes, and so I'm so lucky as well to collaborate with the beautiful Bahar Sarhangi, one of my friends, and it's really interesting. 2020 taught us a lot of things, and it really brought us into connection with people that have of the same values. And so I've been so lucky to meet and call Bahar a friend, who has started up the Persian gourmet. What are we going to call it? It's in the middle of changing. So Bahar is a chef celebrating Iranian culture, and during lockdown, she's really started developing spices and trying to create spices into all different local cuisine, because they have so many health benefits. Hello, welcome, Bahar. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, and maybe tell us a little bit about yourself first?
Okay. I'm Bahar Sarhangi. I'm a chef. I just like cooking around just like more than 10 years. And during Corona, I just thought, because I always cooked a different cuisine, like Italian, because I studied in Italy, or European and a different cuisine. And then during lockdown, and I was thinking, okay, what should I do? I said, okay, it's the best thing is better back to my root, which is Persia, and is big, and it's like it's a lot of variety, different dish, different spice, different things, and it's not very. People here are not very familiar with that. They don't know that much about it. They know Iranian food as just like a chelo kebab, which is not only chelo kebab. It's a lot of stew, a lot of.
What's chelo kebab?
Chelo kebab is just like a rice.
The rice.
With kebab means meat.
Oh, okay.
Real meat.
Oh, like a kebab.
Yeah, it's like a kebab. Yeah, exactly. Chelo kebab. And just like I said, I'm fan of the stew. And if you go from north to south, east to west, a different part of Iran, they have a different flavor, different spice. They use different kind of completely different things. And I'm just like start to introducing Persian food, dishes, and culture to the people.
It's so important.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, since this is a live cooking demo, let's get started, shall we? So.
Okay. We send you the already
everyone
recipe,
has the recipe,
and everybody has a recipe. And
can you pronounce the recipe for me? Because I can't.
Sabzi polo.
Sabzi polo. Oh, polo. Okay, so.
Ba mahi.
Sabzi
polo, it means herbs with the rice. We chopped already everything.
So we've already chopped.
Just like we chopped is a coriander, dill, parsley, and chives. And also I found the fresh garlic, which is very smelly. We put it out.
It's very, we had to put it outside.
We have to use it quick before it just all the house have a smell. And mahi, it means fish. In Iran, we have a fish in Caspian Seas, only from there, is white fish. It's similar to sea bass, but it has a lot of
Okay.
bones, how you call it?
Oh yeah, the lots of the bones. Yeah. But equally as tasty.
It's similar to sea bass. And now we're gonna prepare our dish.
Okay, everybody ready? Yeah.
I just put the water to boil with the salt, like when you want to make a pasta as well. And when it's boiled, I just
do you want to show us here?
Yeah, I
just show us in the
rice.
Yeah.
Soak the rice in the salted water as well for just like a half an hour before cooking.
Yeah.
And when it's boiled, I add this one to this and I let it cook because we really, how you say, recook it.
You boil it, then recook it.
And then put it out in the colander and then again put it back again to the pot to let it cook.
Okay, and I've noticed actually that's quite cool about Persian cooking, particularly with the rice too, because having a lesson in cooking Persian rice is like quite remarkable.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody whoever just like this see me said, how you make a tadik? Is like a crispy and
so that's really what we're going to like create the fine art. So make sure that you follow the steps. So you've pre-boiled. Everyone has the recipes.
Just like boiling the water now with salt.
Yeah.
And then after when it stopped boiling, I'm gonna add the rice to this.
Okay. When it started boiling, then Bahar will add the rice to it, just in case nobody heard. Yeah. Cool. Alrighty. Yeah. Okay. And everyone has the oven cooked.
Yeah, they have to
so everyone's preheated the oven, and I know for those people who have joined on Instagram, welcome. You might not have the recipe, but then afterwards, we'll send you the recipe for Nowruz. We're celebrating Persian New Year, which is pretty cool. It's celebrated in conjunction with New Year. Okay. Perfect. So whilst we've got the water is boiling, we've chopped our herbs.
Yeah. We prepare the fish.
Okay.
I just did a very simple way. I season it with lemon, fresh garlic, parsley inside, salt, pepper, and I squeeze a little bit lemon on that and just leave it for a while before when I put the rice to cook. I'm gonna put the fish in the oven as well.
Okay, sure. So probably maybe people that have are just starting to cook with us, maybe they haven't done this part yet.
Okay, so then you can take your time and just wash the fish, clean it. Or even though if you have a fillet, it doesn't matter, salmon or sea bass fillet or sea bream, any fish. It doesn't matter.
Can you open it up for us as well?
Yes.
Yeah. So just to see. So basically, you've asked your butcher to clean it, fillet it, and then you've stuffed it with the. Sorry.
It's not fillet. It's
not fillet. Sorry. You can tell that I'm not a trained chef.
It's not fillet. It's the whole fish.
The whole fish, but the bones have been removed.
No, the bones is
there. The bones are there. Okay, so you've just cut it down the middle.
He just cleaned it for me. Just took it inside out and the skin. He cleaned the skin. That's it.
Okay, perfect. And then you'll stuff it with parsley, lemon, garlic,
salt, pepper, or if you like, I put a bit oregano as well. And if you like, you can just add any dry herb, depend what you like.
Smells really beautiful.
And olive oil.
And olive oil. And so olive oil, is that quite a big oil that you would use prolifically?
In north of Iran, we have also very good olive oil. We have an olive tree.
Oh, okay. And what color are they?
They're very dark green.
Oh, so they're really dark green.
Yeah, these are very, very dark green. And they just depends, here, if you want to just have a without smell, with a smell, extra virgin or normal and all this stuff. We have it.
Okay. Oh, excellent. Yes. So probably maybe everybody is cooking as everybody is they're filleting. Bahar, I keep calling it filleting. You're cutting your fish. You're putting your parsley inside your fish with your lemon and garlic. You're preparing the water too. Now I'm going to show everybody as well. So, what's really important in for celebrating Nowruz is it's celebrating the springtime, right? But it's also what's part of their tradition is celebrating the 7 elements. And so if you're going to celebrate today or you're going to celebrate tonight, it's really honoring those elements to bring prosperity for your new year. So it was a little bit hard, so it'd be so nice to prepare your table setting, but I'm going to show you as well whilst, welcome Stefania, I'm going to show you as well whilst Bahar is cooking. So you might want to, sorry, I was trying to get the camera for you. Hang on.
Shall I help you?
Could you film for the
Yes.
phone? And then for these guys, so you would light your candles.
Okay.
Can you talk us through what we have here, Bahar, as well?
Light and candles.
Yeah. And when you light your candles, do you set an intention for a new year? Enlightenment. Enlightenment.
We have a mirror. We have other flower that I don't name. I know the one that I
the other flower. It's not a jabra, but it's Okay, so what do we have here? We've got
We have a samanu.
The samanu.
In Farsi, which is a symbol of power and strength.
Okay.
We have a sabze. It means green.
Okay.
It means rebirth and growth.
Mm-hmm.
We have a garlic.
Mm-hmm.
It's a symbol of health and medicine.
Okay. Yeah.
And we have a sumac.
Yeah.
In Farsi is also sumac.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a symbol of sunrise.
Oh, right. Of course. Yeah. And then behind it,
we have a sinjet. I don't know what it's called in English.
Okay.
It's a symbol of love.
Okay.
And we have a coin. It means of
prosperity.
Wealth. Exactly.
Yes.
Prosperity and wealth.
Uh-huh.
And usually we put a mirror, which is like self-reflection.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we just depend. Now we have the small stuff. We made it very tiny and small for the corner.
Uh-huh.
But the people just like sometimes go very big. They have a whole table.
Yeah.
And sometimes they just go very small. I'm just videoing
with
the things as well. Okay.
Oh, thank you. Wow, that's really wonderful. Like, I don't know in any I don't know in any I don't know in any New Year culture. Well, there's many beautiful cultural rituals, but I think that really wraps up what's the spring virtues. That's for sure.
Okay, now I put the rice. I added.
Can you show us what the rice looks like now? Because it's really
it's soaked in the water only.
Yeah, so that's just from letting it soak for the 20 minutes.
Yeah, 20 minutes, half an hour.
Yeah, I think that's really makes the difference. And what does the soaking for the 20 minutes do? Because I know this is not something that I would have generally done when making rice.
No.
Okay, but something that I've noted, particularly with cooking Persian rice, or when I have rice cooked by my Iranian friends, is just the real crispness and the length to the grain.
Just,
because you only use basmati rice, don't you? Yeah. So when I cook basmati rice, it seems to soak up all of the water, but it does the opposite for you, doesn't it?
No, depends how many water you put in when you cook.
Yeah.
Depend if you want to reboil it, like recook it like us now.
Sure.
It's just like it's gonna be you put a lot of water because you need to boil and all those things. But if no, you can just leave it to cook like a reduce when you reduce the water. You have to be very careful about the amount of water you add to that.
Okay.
Because if no, you're gonna be like a soup.
Okay.
If you put a lot of water, you're gonna be like
so
a
I think
soup.
that's the detail, isn't it? It's just making sure that in the recipe as well. So what would you say the ratio is of water to rice then?
For that one, if you want to cook without just like reboiling or just recooking, there's a like one finger,
One finger, yeah.
just like that much, like all finger, half a finger, like
Oh, okay,
that
one and a half finger, yeah.
Yeah, just like that much on the top of the
Oh, okay.
When you put it, it's hot now.
So
if
from,
you put it like this, it should be, the water should be up to here.
From
up
the rice to the water.
Yeah, exactly.
From the rice to the water. That's a really good tip. So that's all you should cover.
Yeah, that much is rice should cover.
Yeah.
But for the brown rice
yeah.
and the white rice is different because they're more just like harder.
They're much more denser with
exactly.
the brown and the black rice too, because it takes longer.
Exactly.
It's more of a it's more of an ancient grain, isn't it? So it's less refined.
Exactly.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Now we put the rice to cook.
So now we let the rice to cook for how long are we letting that cook?
We do 5 to 10 minutes and we check. When it's outside is soft and inside is like al dente and still dry, we take it out.
Okay, so you'll let this cook for 10 minutes. The outside will be
5 to 10 minutes.
5 to 10
have
minutes.
To check in between to see how it goes.
Okay, fine, perfect. Alrighty, cool. So that's doing that. We've prepped the fish, and then what happens?
I think we let it cook.
Now we let it cook. Okay, so then once it's cooked, then we're going to mix in the spices, and that's the part that I'm really looking forward to because I haven't gotten it right yet. Where you make the rice the bottom, and I one of my housemates, she was Iranian, and we'll cook it like every weekend, but still, she gave me rice cooking lessons, and it never worked.
No, it's very tricky.
Oh, the oven's not good. Okay, cool. So how is everyone going with their cooking recipes? You've got a couple of people online on YouTube. I know probably the people on Instagram, they might not have gotten the recipes, but that's okay. Oh, Uncle Roger. Oh, thanks. Thank you. That's a good one. We'll approve the measuring water levels. Yeah, it's a really good tip. That's actually a really good life hack about the measuring the water levels for the rice, actually, because that's one thing that can make it go completely right or completely wrong. I hope everyone on YouTube is going okay with their cooking. So maybe like get the music playing, because so guys, this is New Year, and I know COVID, we haven't got to experience our New Year's this year. Maybe some people were able to wherever they are, but so actually for us, we're preparing a lot of fish, and we're going to have a sit-down menu. And so, Bahar, tell me, what happens if you were at home right now in Iran? What goes on firstly in your home?
New Year for us is like a Christmas here. Just like all the family gathered together, the table, the decorated table with those kind of symbols and elements, and the family gathered to give each other a present.
Oh, okay.
Usually the elder one give a present to youngest one.
Oh.
Yeah, and then and usually when we were kids, I remember they give us a note, like a cash. And just like the first after New Year, everybody just immediately wanted to go to the grandparents' house because they get the cash. Yeah. And it's very nice. It's just like everybody gathered together. First, you go to visit the eldest one in the family, and then just one by one go to see your uncles. First the oldest one, and then youngest one, and then
wow.
Yeah, it has to go a certain way. And then after you spend the time 2 weeks with your family.
2 weeks. So you get back for 2 weeks, and does business close?
The business closed for 5-6 days, but after
it's your Christmas.
Yeah, it's like a Christmas 5-6 days. But if those people they have their own business, they close it completely for 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks. But wow. Okay.
The offices, like a main offices, they're just gonna be open. Not all of them even. Just and everybody in just like a seaside and stuff.
And then so everyone goes on holidays. And that's still the case. They've kept the culture like that, now. Yeah.
No, it's just like every.
So what are they doing now in COVID? Welcome, Danny. We're celebrating Persian New Year. So what do they do now in COVID?
And COVID is difficult and tricky, but the people they just stay in their bubble. Yeah, and just on the phone or just they can't travel. They said you're not allowed to travel, but here the people still go out and they still try to try to
that's
meet
it.
up and just like get together. And listen.
Yeah.
Let me get back.
Okay,
to
right.
rice.
So we're about 10-minute mark on the rice. What I can smell actually, I don't know if you guys have a bowl of garlic, but it's quite pungent, that's for sure.
I just want to open the window.
Open the window?
Yeah, because
Cool. Oh, it's a shame that I can't speak to everybody because I want to know what your now I want to ask what your New Year's tradition is. I know we've got some people dialing in from Paris, hopefully, and we've got some people dialing in from maybe from traditions of Nigeria and Sweden and England and lots of really fun and fascinating places. But I think, the one celebrating its spring. So the oven, okay, that's okay.
Okay.
Okay, so once the rice is ready,
Rice is almost ready.
I wonder if So
When you, I don't know if you can see it, but that's.
Can you show
small.
us? Can you bring it up to the camera?
Yeah, it's very tiny. Mine is small. Where's the camera? If it's outside,
Yeah.
it's soft.
The outside
if you
is
see,
soft,
but inside is still hot.
inside is still
It's
hard.
like a
outside
pasta when
soft.
it cooks
Oh,
it's al
okay.
dente.
Yeah, al dente.
And then you take it out, just like
Yeah.
you just.
And then presumably as soon as it hits the cold water, it stops cooking, obviously.
No, we don't
No?
put the cold.
Oh, you don't put cold. Okay. So what Bahar is doing now is she's just putting all of the rice into the sieve.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's very steamy, obviously. Yeah. That doesn't really make much difference if I send over to you. Yeah. Okay. And then we put it in the colander to sit in the pan for.
Yeah, I'm gonna cook in the small one.
Okay.
Not the big one, because big one will be first.
Yeah. Okay. And so you don't need to rinse the rice in water.
No.
No. Okay.
No. We
And
don't.
and so does that mean that it keeps the starch, or because you've already?
Yeah, keep this stuff.
Oh, you keep the starch. Okay, that's really different from my cooking knowledge and experience, which is probably not too much. How about if you're using a rice cooker? What if you're using a rice cooker? Would you do that process in a rice cooker?
Oh, no, that's gonna be the same way that I told you with the finger.
Oh, so if you're cooking it in a rice cooker, you would still do that process. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, it's gonna be the same. With the finger, they ask, or with this one?
No, they just, if you're cooking the rice in a rice cooker, is there anything that you need to do differently?
No, if you cook like this way, it's gonna go like this on the rice cooker, the same.
It's the same.
It's the same.
Yeah,
but
it's the
if
same.
with the, just like it wouldn't need to cook with the water till end, also you can just put your finger.
Yes.
Measure
So
your
you're still going to
water like
measure
that.
the same. Okay.
And then,
And you. No, I don't want to say it would come out better in a rice cooker. No, that's the lazy London way of cooking. So I'm not going. We're practicing the traditional way, but it does equally work too. And I suppose it's pretty fail-proof there too.
okay, now is the time to mix the.
Now is the favorite time. Okay.
Yeah.
So now is where really going to be the ultimate.
I'm just gonna mix the herbs.
Can you come a little bit closer? Yeah. So, so make sure that you've got a big bowl for cooking. I hope everybody can see properly.
Yeah, just a big bowl, just like I just have because I'm cooking for 8 people tonight, by the way.
Yeah, so that's why we've got a big bowl. We're cooking for 8 people, but it would be less
if
for
you're
you guys.
for 2 people or 3 people, 2 spoon of or 30 gram of each herb, you just put in the bowl, and it's better to mix it when you just not directly with rice. I just put all the garlic.
So you're mixing it all together before you put the rice.
Exactly.
And all dry herbs.
All that is not, they're not dry.
Oh, sorry.
Fresh.
Sorry. That's sorry.
Actually, I chopped them.
Sorry, no. What I meant was you're not mixing any oil. Sorry, that was obviously non-chef terminology. Well, yeah, of course they're fresh. Sorry, you're mixing all the fresh herbs together.
All the fresh
No,
herbs
they smell
together.
so beautiful.
I'm not using any dry herbs.
Yeah.
I don't like first. It's not it's not.
And with the dry herbs as well, they use a lot of
they
chemicals
do.
in them.
I don't know. I just like
Okay,
with the
they're not
fresh
as
herb and the stuff. It's just like smell, flavor. Everything is completely different.
Yeah.
Okay. Now
now I can make this. Yeah.
put this one? No, I
No,
don't.
and then the chives.
And
Make
the
sure you
chives
don't
as well.
forget the chives.
Yeah, because what's
Yeah. We've got
okay,
the rice.
Chives. Okay.
I'm going to put you there.
Actually pretty.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that's
It's a lot.
just so
I just
wonderful.
want to put a little bit here. Add a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I
We're
don't
just
wanna-
putting a little bit extra into a bowl because there's a little bit too much, but I know for you guys. you
Yeah,
won't be
okay.
eating too
Now
much.
we mix the rice with the herbs.
Oh wow, that smells phenomenal. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my rice has never turned out like this, Bahar. I hope
It's not ready.
I
yet.
hope it. I know, but still, just the way that the length where
Okay,
it's
we
not
mix
so.
it properly.
Mhm. Yeah. Mm.
Scared. Okay, I add the rest.
Add the rest. Yeah.
Immediately.
Oh my gosh, they're probably my favorite flavors. Fresh herbs or something like that. So tell me, Bahar, you actually create your own Persian spice mixes and herb mixes? Or both?
I keep all the Persian spices and the flavor and stuff, but sometimes I twist it.
Mm.
You know, I just like instead of using like a same where, for example, you can just like use it in the pasta or make it fusion or represent it somehow different.
Oh my God, that smells phenomenal.
We add a little bit oil.
Yeah. I really love how you didn't boil the rice too. Sorry, that must be my ignorance, but it really, I think, makes a difference. So what you're doing now is Bahar's putting oil into
the pot.
Into a pot.
It's a bit of when I drain it, I just put a little bit of the water inside the pot as well.
Okay, with
a little bit, just like you see. Is a mix of it.
Yeah, can you put it down in that camera? Yeah. So in there's a mixture of the water from the rice
and the oil.
And the oil too.
And then I add a little bit of saffron.
Thanks, Shruti. Thanks, Fahima. I hope you are cooking too because it smells incredible.
I add a little bit of saffron for the color and also flavor.
Flavor, okay. Just a little bit because you don't need much saffron, do you?
No, a little bit. It's very hot.
Yeah, are you okay? Okay, no, I'm just going to put this camera down here so I can help you.
Yeah, if you could hold it.
Yeah. What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just turn it, please.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so slowly, gradually putting in the rice and herbs into the pot. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fill it too much. The rest I'm gonna put in the other one.
Okay, so you only fill it halfway. We've only filled the pot halfway. Yeah.
You can do it more as well, but I just do that.
Just for ease and things.
Yeah. Present. Okay, and then you flat it and just make a hole.
Okay. So make as many holes as possible, or make 5?
No, 4 or 5 is enough. Even 3 is enough. With the things 2, because when it cooks, it has a water and steam. It just steam coming out, and it just make it cook properly.
Oh, so it actually fills all of the molecules in the rice.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm gonna So you get your wooden pan. You get the back of your what's that called? A wooden spoon. Oh my God, sorry. And then you just make the dollars. And so what that does is that creates like, I can imagine like extra molecules in the rice. So it cooks all the way through.
Yes. Okay, now you leave it just like at the beginning, put in the high heat.
Yeah.
And then after when you feel just is.
Okay. Now, Bahar, I want to catch you out right here because this is where it goes totally wrong for me. Everybody saw how much oil and water we put in. We put in those holes. So for me, that would burn for me. So how?
Okay, no, that one is just doesn't go that much. As soon as you feel the steam,
Okay, the steam. So
coming out,
yeah. Okay.
you just put it down low to medium temperature.
Okay. So right now we've got it on high.
You see?
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Because we just put it to get hot.
Oh, okay, fine.
Because with the water, without everything, it's just the temperature gonna go down. You make it hot, and now we put it down.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so everybody, I hope everyone got that. We're literally boiling it for 2 burns on my mind because I'm a little bit anxious about burning rice. You literally boil it for that 2 minutes, and then after the 2 minutes, you'll hear it. You'll hear the steam coming up, and so then that's when you lower the temperature too. And so, how long are we going to leave it here for, Bahar?
For between 30 to 40 minutes.
30 to 40 minutes?
Yeah, 30 minutes. I think this one will be okay.
Okay.
30 to 40
and
minutes.
Not stirring it or anything like that?
No. Usually you don't open and close that much. And okay. In Iran, we just put a very clean cloth.
Okay.
I think that one is
this one's more clean? Yeah.
Clean cloth.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why, but we do that.
Oh, okay. That's tradition?
Yes. We put it because the cloths keep all the steam.
I think it will keep in the moisture. So that's
moisture, exactly.
Yeah. So that was a really nice.
Leave it to cook.
That's a really nice, probably cultural tradition that you're probably not taught and wasn't in the recipe actually. So you wrap your tea towel around the lid of the pot, and then you let that in. Yeah, that would retain all of the moisture actually, because I suppose the metal is quite hard. So I'm definitely going to try that next time so I don't burn my rice. Okay, so we're going to leave that on low medium heat for about 40 minutes. And if you've made extras as well, Bahar's putting it into another pot as well. How is everyone going with theirs? I wonder if people are cooking along too. You're probably just watching, but getting some cultural highlights along the way for Nowruz tomorrow. So,
yes.
Bahar, so now that you're in, how many New Years have you spent away from Iran? Or Persian?
A lot.
Oh, you spent a lot, obviously. Oh, of course, because so as well as Bahar being an incredible Iranian chef, she is also we would use a foil in Ghana. Oh, that's really interesting. See, there's all these cultural little hacks to cooking. Yeah, the foil. Well, that of course would retain the moisture. I like that. Thank you for sharing. Bahar has lived and trained with incredible chefs in Italy, Chile. I'm going to let you tell us the rest because I know you.
Italy, Chile. I lived in Germany, but I wasn't chef that time.
Okay, yeah.
Dubai, Iran, of course. And I've been traveling to Singapore for just do the stage with Andre Chiang. He had that time 2 Michelin restaurants in Singapore.
In Singapore, and what was his cuisine?
French, Taiwanese.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah,
okay.
he was. He closed down the restaurant, but he became 14 the year after I was there, in all over the world in San Pellegrino. 50, yeah.
In San Pellegrino
because San Pellegrino give the rate the restaurant from all over the world.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
And then he was 15 for Asia one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, just like that. Okay, he was very good. I was just like doing a stage, standing and looking how they work. But I just still they give you a little job, but even though being in that kitchen is a big thing.
Well, that's
and also in Italy. In Italy, and in Chile I was...
The south or north of Italy?
Florence.
Oh, Firenze.
Yeah,
oh,
Firenze.
Wow. So their cooking's more dominant with pasta, is that right?
It is.
Yeah.
But if you go, just depend what kind of restaurant you go. But just like traditional one, it goes mainly with the pasta. And anyway, the pasta is the second dish or third dish in Italy. Because it's still part of the starter. The main course is just coming after pasta.
That's right. And
they have to have carb in anything.
Yeah.
carb, and then after is the meat, which is come like any
Yeah,
different
isn't that
size.
crazy?
Yeah.
But with the pasta servings in Florence or in Italy, it's like it's fettuccine. It's your palm hand, isn't it? It's not like
No. That's why they have a 5-course. They have a antipasto, they have a starter, they have a
but you don't feel
primary,
full.
they have a secondary, and they have a this and they have that. It's just like it's a lot of.
And the
back to
weed
back.
is different as well.
Yeah.
So what I was going to say, we were talking about Italy.
Who's from Italy?
Yeah, my dear friend. Hi. We were talking about Bahar is cooking. Did an incredible chefing experience in Firenze, actually, where he lived. Yeah.
They're friends.
Yeah, my friend.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so nice. So welcome. We're just cooking our Persian. We're in the middle of cooking our Persian New Year. But tell me, with as well with Firenze, I noticed with the pasta as well, because it was typically a poor region a very long time ago. That's why they didn't add egg to their pasta. So in the fine dining restaurants, did you make pasta with no egg, or
now it's just like a
fine? Okay, that was just some
just like,
unnecessary
if you do
knowledge that I knew.
home, like a handmade pasta,
okay.
with the machine and stuff. Usually for the fine dining, they do that.
The fine dining.
Inside the kitchen.
Yeah.
No, we didn't use any egg, but depends. Sometimes we use an egg for certain pasta,
Sometimes no. Okay.
Yeah.
So Bahar. So whilst the rice is cooking, guys, Bahar's got a really exciting project with like spices and herbs and mental health, because we've all had a rough year the last year, and cooking culture. I think that's one thing out of COVID that we've certainly missed for sure, is that like togetherness, sharing, and that's the whole experience of Nowruz, isn't it? It's like sharing together,
exactly.
telling stories, and setting your intentions. What did you say? Setting your enlightenment tensions for the new year, which is the basis of every single culture since the beginning of humanity.
Also,
yeah, well, that was so nice how you put the mirror up against your setting too.
Yes.
So
I'm saying we could put the fish inside.
Put the fish. Yep. So so now everybody can put the fish in the oven.
Yes.
Yeah.
Depends what kind of fish they have. We have sea bass.
Yeah. So it depends what you have.
It takes longer, but if you have only fillet, it just need literally 15 minutes or 10 minutes in the preheated.
Okay.
Preheated
so
oven.
If you're following along with us.
200, and then if there's a sea bass fillet for 15 minutes would be fine. But if also salmon 50 minutes would be fine. But this one is because it's a big
whole fish.
Yeah. The light is too.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, the light. So
I'm just gonna put it now for just like a bit longer, especially if you want to have a crispy. Skin.
Crispy skin. And so if we're going to crisp the skin, what would we do differently? If we're going to crisp the skin, would we just?
If you want that one, you have to first fry the fish on the pan.
Okay.
You mean in the pan or just in the oven?
In the oven, if we're going to fry.
Have to turn it to the top side.
You just put it on the grill. Okay.
On the grill or top side, and it's just like gonna be direct.
Okay.
And just a little bit oily.
So you would, if you want to grill the top of grill the fish, you would put it under the grill for 5-10 minutes with oil.
No, 5 to 10 minutes. I don't know.
Oh, 5 to 10 minutes.
My grill in oven. As a grill, 5 to 10 minutes. It's gonna burn.
It's gonna be black and smoky. Don't listen to
just like 200, 180 to 200 degree preheated oven. Just leave the fish there.
Fine.
Everything gonna be safe.
And it's really gonna be fine. Okay. Great. Perfect. Fish. And so I was just asking Bahar some very important questions about I was asking Bahar about her wonderful upcoming project where she's really passionate about integrating herbs, particularly Iranian spices.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us how you came up with that? Like, because it was your clients, wasn't it, that were asking, or how to cook with Iranian?
Yes, since I opened the shop, also the people. In general, the people, they don't know how to use the spices. Not everybody, but there's some people they don't know. and they're just like also they don't know why those spices are good or why it's being used and all this stuff. And that's why I came up, because each spice has a very like a big health benefit. It's not only a spice for the flavor, of course, add the flavor, color, depend what we use, but they have a big huge health benefit. For example, the saffron, everybody think it's only color or it's very expensive, but saffron is very good for depression and anti-anxiety. It has a very just like inflammatory and just like antioxidant. Is very healthy.
And just to add on to that, I've actually been seeing a lot of studies with saffron has been used. There's actually medical studies now saying that it's very beneficial for ADHD, anxiety, because and depression, because it's rich in 5-HTP, which is your serotonin reuptake inhibitor.
Exactly.
So that's quite profound. I actually don't know what the dosages are, but you only need a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. For saffron, for example, you buy 1 gram. It depends how often you use. You can just use it for a long time. You grind it. And then the best thing is just add the ice in a bowl.
Ice in a bowl. Yeah.
And then put the powder, or just when you just like make the powder.
Yeah.
Just in a bowl, add the ice on top of it, and just leave it on the side to brew. Brew it with the ice. Actually.
Okay, hang on. So you grind the saffron, you mix it with ice.
Not mix it, crush ice.
No,
like a chunk of ice.
Yeah.
You brew it literally instead with the ice is the best.
Yeah.
But you can also do with the hot water, boiled water.
Oh, okay.
Boiling water.
And then do you wait for the ice to melt? And then
just exactly. You just cover it.
What does that do? I've never heard of that.
All the color. When I've done first myself, I was surprised that all the color coming out.
Wow.
And all the flavor is coming out.
Instead of boiling water.
The best is
guys,
that
if
one.
that's not a takeaway, I've never heard of that. That's phenomenal.
Exactly. That's the main thing. It's just all the flavor and just
and
the
how much
colors.
saffron?
Oh, very little.
Very little, like a little pinch. As well as you've noticed with Iranian cooking, it's very intuitive too, isn't it?
Yeah,
so it's all feeling based. Oh, welcome, Craig Costello. We're cooking for Persian New Year. You don't have the recipe, but welcome. So we're just boiling our rice right now. Now we're talking about Bahar's influence and how she's come up with creating and integrating spices for mental health. So I love that about the saffron.
Yes, and the other one is a very good things, and just also is a superfood, is a pomegranate.
The pomegranate,
Pomegranate we use a lot. As a molasses, as a fresh pomegranate, we have a sour pomegranate, we have a dish with that. We use as a pomegranate juice. Enter on the street or just some places that you go, they just only serve pomegranate product. From the juice, just like a paste, anything.
Why? Because of your agriculture. It's just everywhere.
We have it. We just in east. Northeast.
But it's interesting. It's in all of your like poetry, and it's in all of like religious texts too. So I guess that's because of the landscape as well.
Yeah, exactly. We have a lot of pomegranate, and we have a very good one. And different type. We have a wild one, which is a small. We use more for cooking.
Yeah.
They're very sour.
Oh, okay.
We have a sweet one, big one, and we have a different kind of thing.
And
we do a lot, especially north of Europe. Sorry.
No. I was going to say, do we have a pomegranate right now?
Yes, I just have it because I want to add to the salad.
Oh, is it a whole one?
No, a whole one. It's just like.
Oh, I was going to say, after this, I'm going to send you all a way how Bahar actually cuts, and because I only learned this from my Iranian girlfriend, was I would buy a pomegranate and I would scoop out every single seed. No, you can literally scoop. You cut the pomegranate and then you shake it, and every single bee comes out in less than a minute.
Not only shaking, just you cut it.
You cut it, yeah.
And you just turn it. In the back of the pomegranate, the seeds are inside. Just like you turn it, and with the big knife or back of the knife, like where is this?
Yeah. So this is another hack. because that's one of the reasons I don't think we use pomegranates to cook. We will buy
For example, it's just
prepared
like with
ones.
that, we just do like this and everything gonna fall.
Yeah, so you cut the pomegranate hard, turn it on its shell, and then you take your knife and it all comes out too. And so then you can add it into your cuisine because it has incredible antioxidant status as well. It's rich in lycopene, so that's incredible for our cardiovascular system. Again, that's incredible for our reproductive health too. And tell me, in what we call the doctrine of signatures. So some people might not resonate with this, but the doctrine of signatures is what nature shows you, what things look like. That's the organ that it's good for. So, for example, the pomegranate is like blood vessels, so it's cardiovascular system. And is that what you guys think it's good for? The cardiovascular system, is that what it's? Yeah, that's
very good, exactly.
Yeah, I wonder then that would be interesting actually to check some studies and like see what if cardiovascular health or like heart attacks. I was like, I don't know, okay, now I'm just blabbering on, but I'm going to, side note, I'm going to see if there's a correlation.
Also, it's like very high in antioxidant and anti-inflammatory and all that.
Yes, so
Blood
anti-inflammatory.
pressure and blood issue also is very good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that would be kind of like an old wives' tale thing. You've got high blood pressure, have some pomegranate juice. Well, it can't be bad. It's really nice, and it's coming into season too, isn't it? So if we're eating seasonally and locally, that's something to grab for sure. Okay, so now what are you doing?
No, I just prepared the salads.
So Bahar is just preparing a salad, and so with your pomegranate as well, because it's in your culture, it's just kind of an additive. And this is very ignorant of me to ask this question, but it's a fruit, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
because it's a seed. I'm sorry.
It's very good also for digestion. It's very good.
Very good for digestion too. Okay. Yeah. So Bahar has just made like a little salad on the side, which can we show? I know this wasn't in the recipe.
It's a mix of salad shirazi, which is like chopped, like a very diced tomato, cucumber, and usually we add red onion, but tonight I didn't add the red onion.
Yeah.
But I add instead of pomegranate, the seed and the mint.
Seed and mint, yeah. So it's such fresh, lively. Well, particularly we're celebrating spring, aren't we? So we want to really introduce those kind of zesty flavors. And so you guys don't celebrate Christmas, obviously. No, and anything do you celebrate anything in December? Or?
December, January is the longest night in the year.
January?
It's the first of. For our calendar, is the first of day. I think it's the 10 of January.
Okay.
And it's the first day of the winter.
10th of January is the first day of winter.
Is it? Isn't it?
First
day of winter.
Do you think it's 21st of December?
Yeah, 21st of December.
I have to check the calendar. Well, that's okay. We forgive you. You've lived all over the world and you're living in London. But maybe if it's celestial,
it's the longest night.
I think it might be the 21st of December. No, it can't be. I wonder if anyone can help us when the longest day is. It must be winter equinox, which for some reason I have in my head it's 21st of December. It must be then. Well, 21st of December, if the 20th of March is spring equinox and it's quarterly. Yeah, can anyone help us out? It must be.
I think my phone is there. I can just check the calendar quick.
I don't know how to do that. But, okay, so we've got, oh gosh. And that's, I think, that one thing that's quite remarkable about, and I adore about Persian cooking is because it's a little bit different, because I know in certain regions of India, they celebrate Nowruz now too, but is it the south or the winter? I'm so sorry, I shouldn't be bringing this up because I actually don't know the facts. But in do you know which parts of India celebrate Nowruz? Right now, what geographically? What's in line with Persia? Is it south? I don't think it would be the south. Anyway, I think that you would use more spices around about now.
December.
21st of December. Yeah, so it's the longest. So all of your celebrations around nature.
Yeah,
that's really cool. Wow, okay.
21st.
Yeah. Wow. So it's really celestial. So what they say, and I'm not sure if anybody knows me, but I certainly follow astronomy and astrology. And in our different communities as well, they say that we kind of follow more of the Chinese calendar as well, rather than our Gregorian calendar, which is based on January, which doesn't make sense because astrologically there's the 13 moon cycles, so we're trying to fit that into a 12-month cycle. So yeah, I mean, I think and I've forgotten that word again, that we're celebrating our ancient civilizations, and they truly work with nature. And I think with COVID and things, that's certainly what we're coming back to, which is really cool. So I don't know how everyone's going. They can smell their rice. It smells delicious. I've got my mint and pomegranate in front of me. Fish and lemon is in the cook. Give us 1 second. That's the. Do you want to what? Turn it up?
What is this one?
Baking.
You sure? This one?
Oh, that's grill. This one's grill.
And this one?
Fan with grill. Yeah. Sorry, we're just having a couple of oven queries because we're so lucky to be cooking tonight. So okay, Bahar, we've only gone to pomegranate and saffron.
Yeah, we're not going to go through everything.
No, we're not going to go through everything. Yeah. So basically what I wanted to start asking Bahar about is that Bahar is going to be hosting some talks, some workshops, and she's selling a product of spices collaborated, particularly of how to use them, how to work with them, because we can all get them from our supermarkets. We can all get them from our local farmers. They appease to every single palate. They have all completely different health benefits as well. And particularly as well, in the news, it hasn't really been highlighted of the effects of mental health with COVID, but devastatingly, we are really going to see this for the rest of our year and for the years to come. So it's so important really to channel these little different things that we're doing and really utilize spices in all of your cooking, because in the UK and in most nutritional terms, they say, make sure you get your 5 a day. That was only because they didn't want to set up for fail. You should really be getting, me as a nutritionist, I would say 13 servings of fruit, veg a day. But I don't want you to have a panic attack about that. But making sure that you get your allocation. So I would say 10 servings a day. It includes herbs, it includes spices, because they're so much more potent in their color, which is rich in antioxidants, phytochemicals. So that really has a complete effect on your neurochemistry, every single cell in your body. So try to incorporate your spices and herbs every day, which is what Bahar's doing, which is really cool.
Try to do.
Yeah. And we'll be doing some talks together, which is really cool.
Yeah. Also, I'm just launching a new product, but it's
Bahar, we can't see you over here. And Bahar's launching a new product.
Yeah.
You kept that on the down low. That's what I'm trying to ease out. I'm trying to get out of you.
Is that like a barbecue kit, but Iranian, just with 3 different flavor. One is from the west of Iran, one is from the north of Iran, and one is in general all over Iran.
Wow.
And one is with the chicken breast or leg, and lamb chop, and sirloin steak.
Okay.
But they're all marinated. They're all marinated, backpack, and then it comes with the different Iranian sides in the box. But you have to cook it at home. It's with all the description, all the direction how to cook it.
Amazing. So
and it's gonna come out from next week.
And you created this yourself?
Yeah. That's my thing. Just launching new. Yeah, we had some tasting and all this stuff, and everything was perfect. And then we're gonna launch it for next week. Yeah.
Congratulations! And then just to take it back, you said you've brought in flavors from the north,
west,
and so how are they different?
For example, in north, as you see, just like we use a lot of herbs, and in that one from the north is just like a mix with the herbs, pomegranate molasses and walnuts. And it's like I made a paste, like a paste, and you just like marinate the meats. Is the sirloin one.
Okay. So get the North sirloin with walnuts and pomegranate molasses. Oh my God.
Yeah,
okay, I know who I'm getting that for.
Yeah, it's super tasty. It's very nice. We call it kebab torsh.
Kebab torsh.
Torsh means sour. Kebab,
sour.
Kebab is kebab. Kebab like a barbecue grill.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And from in general, Iran is a juja kebab. Juja means chicken.
Okay.
Kebab is again kebab.
Kebab.
And is chicken marinated with saffron, yogurt, lemon, salt, pepper, oil, and stuff.
Oh wow!
Yeah, you can either barbecue or grill it or put in the oven.
Okay, so from the north it was the sirloin. From the south it was the chicken.
The south I don't have anything
sorry.
now. It's just like a chicken is for all over Iran. They just use it. It's like a national dish.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The leg or thigh, does it matter? Or
no, it
whatever?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay.
Just like they cube it like a small and just put in the skewers and just like grill it. But because here it's very difficult to find those skewers and all that stuff, I did the chicken's breast and or leg, and then you can just put either in the oven or you just like fat barbecue.
Oh, phenomenal! And so Bahar's created the vacuum packs of these, and where are you selling them?
From this week we're gonna start selling them in the shop. My shop. I have
this is another thing Bahar hasn't mentioned. Bahar has a pop-up store in Islington
Square.
Islington Square.
Yes. It's like a short-term project. It's called the Equinox. I have a partner with that, and on this project, and then we open on 15th of January a pop-up for 3 months. It's gonna end in 15th of April.
15th of April. So get there if you want to know anything about Persian.
Exactly. Or they can just do it online. Order directly from my website. Okay.
Well, I know where I'm going to get those.
And from the west is a lamb chop. Lamb chop with the saffron.
Yeah.
Tomato paste.
Okay.
Lemon as well, and oil, salt, and pepper. It's not very complicated, but it's super tasty.
But super tasty, lamb chop with wow, okay. That's that's really cool. Okay, so
you don't want to burn.
Yeah, we don't want to burn anything right now. I mean, I'm actually so impressed by the rice. I'm just checking if we have anything. Oh, so it's not south actually, it's more west. Oh, okay. There are many Persians in. Oh, thank you, Shruti. Sorry, I didn't see the comment because I was asking about the comment about celebrating Nowruz in India. Okay, so there are many. So is that why you celebrate? That's why you celebrate Nowruz, because of the Persian influence in Bombay. So so it's more west. Oh, okay.
Hi, Sherry.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining.
Thanks so much for joining. Thank you for your comments too. Thanks for interacting. That's super helpful.
How was your sholazar, by the way? Ask her.
Yeah. How was your what?
Your sholazar.
How was your sholazar, Shruti?
No, not Shruti. It's a dessert I gave to her today.
Oh yeah, you gave to Shruti though. Yeah. How was your dessert?
Yeah. Where's she?
Yeah, I know. You have to type. I know it's hard. That's super cool. So with how do you check on the rice without opening up? Because if you opened it up with that.
Yeah, the rice is almost ready. I'm waiting for.
Okay. She's eating it. She's loving the dessert. Yes. Is that the dessert that I tried as well? That you gave me? It was the I can't remember. It wasn't a tiramisu thing, was it? No, I had a tiramisu.
Yeah, I gave it tiramisu.
Okay, fine. So no, I didn't have your one. He's just eating it as he's typing. Oh, awesome. Touche.
Great.
That's so cool. So, sorry, Bahar, I don't want to stress you out because I'm asking you all these questions.
Because I'm not familiar with the oven.
The oven?
I think it's good.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. So what happens, I know we've got our cultural setting, but how would you normally set the table? Would you have kind of the way that we've got it set up?
No, this one we have a side table in any house, just like around or whatever. It's just like we put it there.
Oh, you have your
fix.
side, so that's your side table.
Yeah,
okay.
It's like a Christmas tree.
Oh, okay.
It's
It's a Christmas tree. Yeah. Oh, and so you would have that up for the whole 2 weeks.
Whole 2 weeks it's gonna be there. And I was telling to Tina, at the end of the 13 days, it's gonna be 13 days. We just take that grass. And we just we knotting grass for all the bad energy, all the bad vibe, all the bad stuff.
Did you guys hear that?
We put it in the river to just take all the bad things and negative stuff for this year.
Oh my god, that's incredible. So hang on a second. So when you say you take each.
No, we just do nothing
so you
like
just,
this.
You knot it.
And not like this.
God.
And also they said if the single people not it, they're gonna get married by end of the year.
If the single people not okay, girl, ladies or gentlemen,
they're gonna get married by end of the year.
You're gonna get married by the end of the year if you not it.
Like everybody just tried to do it, nothing happened.
I love those little traditions like that. That's so fun.
Yeah. Okay. Let me.
Okay. Cool. So you have the table
Right.
setting. It's easy. Just so something happen here. No. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Just anything doesn't turn completely.
And so this is where you've got so this is the part, tanning the rice is the funnest part.
Yeah, that's the funniest part.
The funnest part. Well, I'm
my
really
own
excited because
part.
it's never worked for me.
It's not mine. I don't know if it's non-stick and coming back.
Oh, okay.
Completely.
Yeah, so we have to forgive Bahar if it doesn't happen right now.
I'm going to show you the technique and everything.
So the technique
if it didn't come out like completely. I'm going to do one time. I have a post on my Instagram. You can see.
Okay, we'll share with you how it should turn out if it doesn't turn out right now, just because we're using equipment that we've never used before, so not sure if it's non-stick, but that's okay.
The main thing is the flavor.
The taste, the flavor. We've
exactly.
smelt the flavor. So.
It's not nice.
Yeah, it smells incredible. Super fresh. I mean, there's nothing else I would want to be eating for spring, that's for sure. Cool.
Do you have a things for under the?
Sorry, what do you need?
Something to put under the tray when I take it out of the oven. Maybe this.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Oh, yeah, this is okay.
Yep.
You don't need this.
Cool. And so I just might be putting in my own cultural expectations of what it should be, but I love like Rumi poetry and Hafiz and all of that poetry. So am I romanticizing this up where you're all around the table and reading poetry together? But
we do.
But
actually,
you do that,
the 21st of December, that night is the special because longest night. We just eat pomegranate, watermelon, nuts.
Oh my gosh.
We do, we cook a kind of soup. And after they just like open just like a poem of Hafiz.
Hafiz.
Hafiz is from from Shiraz, yeah.
Wow.
And then they read and they said that just like it's like a fortune teller.
Okay.
And they say, okay, is it good or bad and what it means and stuff, and they just start to just like talk about it. Yeah, we do actually. Yeah,
because because as well we think that because based on whatever we've been taught about like Iran and all different countries is that they don't drink, but there used to be tradition that you would read Hafiz.
Exactly, and they have a wine, red wine.
And you'd have the red wine, like Syrah, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
You had the Syrah wine grape as well. And you would read poetry. Yeah. And actually, I did bring some poetry with me.
Oh, no.
I didn't want to be cheesy because I didn't want to enforce like my make-believe fairy tales onto you. But this actually is a beautiful book for any Rumi lovers, and it's Rumi.
Rumi, yeah.
Yeah, so the essential practices that he brings. Hayam. That's Hayam. But his practices for life is moving freely, eating lightly, and gazing rapidly. But there was something that I thought, like we've missed so much during this time, is that togetherness and sharing is something completely invaluable. And there was just something that I found here it's really a whole sensory experience, isn't it? So, and there's actually not a poem. Sorry, guys. I literally just pulled out my my poetry book, but I can't. But can you find a poem, Bahar? Your favorite Hafiz one?
Molavi, sorry, it's not a Khayyam. Oh, yeah, it's Khayyam.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm just going to ask my.
I'm so bad at the history.
No, you're not. Sorry, I'm just
I can't remember anything. The fish is pretty ready.
The fish is pretty ready. Oh yeah, that looks good. So
let me just take a fish out first, or the rice out first.
Rice.
Which
but we don't want it.
First?
I would take out the fish, or we don't want that to burn, do we? Can you turn off the oven?
That's okay. That's not going to burn. I'm just thinking if you can.
So you just need to take that out and put it. I think maybe bring the fish out.
No, let's try this
first. So it's pretty simple, isn't it, everyone? It's a bit like not simple on taste, that's for sure. And Bahar, one of my favorite foods is like aubergine, and I love how you guys cook with aubergines.
Aubergine, my favorite.
Aubergines, your favorite.
In my house by default.
Oh, me too. Yeah, and so
would you cook a lot of dishes with aubergine?
Yeah,
you have a lot of dishes with aubergine.
And you would just cook, like you could have actually, I think I tried one time an aubergine and like stuffed walnut and molasses.
Yeah, also they do as well. This is the modern aubergine way of cooking.
Oh, okay.
But we do a lot of different things. We just like with the garlic, smoked aubergine.
Smoked aubergine.
Or we have a drained yogurt called kashk.
Oh, yeah.
That's also very nice. Also, the stuffed one that you say with the pomegranate molasses, also pomegranate and walnuts.
Yeah,
a little bit herbs as well.
Yeah,
it's very nice. And we do a lot of aubergine stew, which is my favorite. I love
aubergine stew.
Yeah.
But people whose emails I have, Bahar is going to send that to you because that sounds like my favorite.
Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah.
It's just like one of my favorites.
Wow. And what is it, a creamy?
No, it's just like a cooked lamb or beef, or also chicken. You can have a vegetarian version as well.
Yeah.
And with the tomato sauce and the aubergine.
Oh, so it's a tomato base. Yeah.
Tomato. The sauce is tomato, but they're just like just roasted or fried aubergine on the side, and we leave it. But the combination and the taste is just amazing.
And in that dish with the aubergine, would you use more spices?
No, we just use. We don't use a lot of spices. Our food is very subtle and very balanced. The flavor are very balanced. It's not just like too spicy or too much this. It's very subtle, And we use for aubergine, the only spice I use is cinnamon.
Ah, okay.
Cinnamon stick.
It takes it really well, doesn't it?
Cinnamon. And for cooking lamb or beef, usually I use the bay leaves, the garlic, the basic, those things that you use for everything.
Yeah. The bay leaves is used. Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's pull out the fish. Wow. That is a perfect fish. Yes. Okay. Sorry, guys. You can just see me, which is not useful at all. I'm just watching Bahar get the fish out of the oven, and I'm going to put it right here. Da-da-da! Can we
That's our
see
fish.
that? That's our fish. Wow, I'm so sorry about that light. Yeah.
That's the fish.
Wow, look at it shining. That's phenomenal.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's try the rice then.
Oh gosh.
That's the tricky part.
That's the tricky part, that's for sure.
Yeah, the rice is very tricky.
The rice is yeah, I know. I can.
Because,
I'm not going to give you any bad vibes at all.
I hope it can turn properly.
Yeah. Okay. So wait, what Bahar's doing is she's
I can come here.
yeah. Would that be okay? So should we
Finger
go to the
crust.
pan? Oh, that's it. That's it. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's
Oh
Yeah,
no.
but it's okay.
Okay, so there was just a little bit that was non-stick. Oh my god, voila. That's it.
okay.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Okay, wow, and so you can see all the spices at the bottom. Yeah, okay.
And
So why did that part just got a little bit stuck on there?
Hmm?
That part just got a little bit stuck.
yeah, the
So would
flavors
it-
usually come out like
I mean, it
nice.
still looks pretty perfect though. Yeah.
Stitch them.
And would you normally what do you call it? Like put. I know you put the oil and water at the base, but would you?
Saffron, I put it as well.
Oh, there's saffron in there
The
too.
color is coming from the saffron.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah,
Okay. And bon
that's
appetito.
You can you see? No, this one you can't see. And the salad.
And the salad.
And I can just turn everything here. And yeah,
That's it. That's our
it.
polo.
Sabzi polo, bomahi, and salad.
Perfect. Wonderful. Okay, well, I hope that was really helpful, everybody. Thank you so much, Bahar. That
You're
was,
welcome.
I was so lucky to ask you really annoying questions and take us on that journey to your culture. And so, what do we say when we're going to toast everybody to the new year? It's
Nowruz Mubarak.
Nowruz.
Nowruz means a new day. Mubarak is a happy new day.
okay. Perfect. So I'm going to give
and
you a
then-
little wine
Thank
here.
you.
And then I drank mine.
Here's yours.
It's okay. I'll top mine up afterwards, and I'm going to drink. Yeah. Yeah.
Cheers.
Nowruz.
Nowruz Mubarak.
Nowruz Mubarak. Cheers. Thanks so much
Cheers.
for
Thank
joining,
you for saying
everybody.
that. Thank you. Bye.
Stay tuned and let us know if you have any
Yeah.
questions at all. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much, Ruthie. Oopsies.